and welcome to another episode of Design Tips and Sips with me, Anna Gibson with AKG Design Studio. We are super excited to be talking to Sousanna today, and today we are actually sipping and baking. So I'm really excited to showcase our kitchen and show off Sousanna's skills and talk about her story. But first, to our sips. So Sousanna's favorite drink is mimosas. So we're going to make a twist on a mimosa. We're actually going to do a Mimosa Margarita because, you know, it's May and...
keep it fun.
Keep it fun, right? Yeah. So you're going to need a jar, or...
Pitcher.
A pitcher, yes. So, because that's going to be a lot of that. And what else we need? We need 2 cups of orange juice. It's a very easy recipe. You don't have to go too crazy.
Okay.
All right. And we need half a cup of tequila. Ooh, there you go. You know, you can always add more, you know. It's tequila. It depends on the time of the day, right? All right. We have 1/4 cup lime. You can make it fresh or make it easy for yourself and get the ready-made for the grocery store. There you go.
That's good.
Perfect. Oh, that's perfect.
Just enough.
Just enough. And what else we need? We gonna need Prosecco because it's a mimosa after all, right? Ooh, talk about alcohol. So let's see here. Hopefully I'm not going to break anything. The last episode, I did the whole thing and I broke the whole bottle. And it was not a champagne bottle, so it was not...
But it was on camera?
No, I don't think we caught it on camera. All right. Woohoo!
There you go.
All right. So for the real recipe, you actually need a whole bottle of Prosecco, but listen, we still have a lot of things to do today. So I'm actually going to add some club soda to just water it down a little bit. But again, the real recipe calls for a whole bottle of Prosecco. So I think that should be good enough
That's
for us,
good.
right? Yeah. We don't want to burn our cupcakes, right? So, all right. So the next step is, because it's a margarita, we need to create really nice rim for our Sousanna. If you want to run the lemon on there, and then we're gonna put a little bit salt on the rim because it is a margarita after all, right?
That's enough. Right?
That's enough. Let's see. Perfect.
There you go.
All right.
Oh wow, look at you.
I don't know. We'll see.
Fancy.
Fancy. Good enough for today, right?
Oh wow.
There you go. All right, and we're just gonna put a little bit more lemon in our cups. And we probably should stir it, right? Give it a good stir. I love that cabinet. It has all my stuff in there. Easy to reach while I'm in the countertop.
Yeah, you grabbed that pretty quick.
I know, right? It's so easy when you're organized and you know where all your stuff is.
Wow, look at that color.
It's beautiful, right? Fresh, springy drink.
Oh,
We're
wow.
good to go.
Thank you.
There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, cheers. All right, so tell me, well, let's take a sip first.
Wow. That's really good.
That's good, right?
That's really good.
All right.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna clear
That's
this all
dangerous.
up. I know. That's why I'm glad we put some of the club soda inside. Alexa, stop. So before we do cleanup and we jump into baking, we're going to make cupcakes today. Tell me a little bit about yourself and what's the name of your company?
Okay. So glad you asked. Thank you for having me here. Today, my company is Everything's Baked, and we specialize in making cupcakes, cookies, and cake pops with company logos, as well as business cards, edible business cards, on top of my desserts for real estate agents.
That is so cool. All right. So we're not real estate agents, but we do like to spoil our clients, and we host a lot of events. So I'm really excited to see how it looks. So, all right, magic. The kitchen is clean and we are ready to bake. So before we start baking, tell me about yourself. Tell me why you started baking. Like, how did you wake up one morning and decided that you want to bake?
Well, so COVID started and I found myself doom scrolling a lot on social media, and I realized I'm watching something that I know that I could do myself. So I just started it in my parents' kitchen, and I started bringing the desserts to work because I was making so many desserts and my family could not keep up. And then my coworkers loved it. And then one woman actually ordered a cake from me. And I think it was in that moment I realized, hey, this is actually a business and I can actually make something of myself here. And yeah, ever since then, it's always been on the back burner. I was finishing college. I was using it to pay for college. And it was always a hobby I could always go back to at the end of the night. Eventually, though, I really wanted to take it full throttle, and I just started the business, and I did it, you know, and now here I am, and I've been working with more corporate clients, real estate agents, and I've really been getting my name out there. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, my story is much longer than that, but I did have that moment as well. So when I came to the US, you know, I knew always in my heart of heart when I was growing up that I wanted to be a designer, but you know, especially as an immigrant, you immigrated when you were very young. I immigrated a bit older than you are, but you come here, you don't have the community, you don't have the people, and you don't know where to start. So luckily, I had a very supporting family, but when I was selling our first house, we bought a house, we were selling it, ready to move to our next house. I decorated it.
Okay.
And my real estate agent somebody came through the house, and my real estate agent told the guy that I'm interior designer. No idea. So he actually hired me to design his house.
No way.
It was crazy. I'm like, I charged $25 an hour. Long time ago. These prices don't exist anymore, people. So, but sometimes it takes that one person to give you that first check, the first $25, the first $100 to kind of put you over the edge, realizing that your dream can actually come true.
That was it.
And you can do that. That is awesome. So I love that. Okay, so let's start the cupcake. This is her secret recipe, people. So, don't copy. Just kidding. We'll have the recipe in the notes, but it is really, really delicious. Now, we are trying the recipe today for the first time, gluten-free, right?
Yes.
So I'm a big fan of the Molino flour. It is absolutely the best flour for baking that I found. And for Easter, I made a cake with that, and people were like, did not believe it was actually gluten-free, and everybody wanted the recipe. So I'm excited to see how it works with cupcakes. So, all right, so what do we have going on? We have...
So we have a cup and 1 3/4 cup of the gluten-free flour. We have 2 cups of sugar. We have 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda and baking powder. And then we have all of our wet ingredients on that side.
Okay, so I'll let you go, and then I'm going to be here, let you do your magic, and I'm just going to be drinking, sipping, and asking you questions. So
yeah, absolutely. So honestly, I really don't sift my flour.
Okay.
And I don't really sift my cocoa powder either. It tends to just be, it mixes well anyways. But I always make sure to sift my baking soda and my baking powder because...
Okay, so what's the trick behind that?
It's just, otherwise, sometimes you get an unfortunate clump. And if you've ever tasted baking soda in a clump form...
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
And so as long as this little guy is very handy because it's all you need to really sift. And that's just the dry ingredients. And now you just do all the wet ingredients.
All right, so let me mix that up, and then you can add the dry ingredient. So tell me, you also had, I would say, probably life-altering accident.
I did.
Okay, so tell us what happened and how you actually grew out of there and survived and moved on.
Yeah. So I actually started in sales. I've been an entrepreneur for a really long time, but I wanted to jump into the heart of sales. And so I'm sure you've been to Costco, and I'm sure you've seen those phone people that wave you down and say they have a really good deal. That was me for a little bit. And I just knew that I had more to me to give to the world. And so I quit that job and I sat in my car for probably 30 minutes after that shift. I just had an awful shift. And I sat in my car and I told myself, okay, I quit. I think I said it out loud probably 1,000 times before it finally registered. I called my boss. I was like, no way, I'm about to be a business owner all on my own at 21 years old. Like there's no one helping me. It's just me doing this. And so I called him, I quit, and I started my business the next day. It was going amazing for about 3 months. And then in January, I decided to go snowboarding, just have some fun. I paid all my bills. My nails were done. I mean, my belly was full. I was with all my friends. It was a really, really good day. And I was going down the slope and I crashed pretty bad. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I actually ended up breaking both of my ankles and my collarbone into 3 pieces.
That is not pleasant.
So you can't bake in that situation.
No.
And I was baking on my own, but I did have a social media girl. I did have people helping me in the kitchen. So I had to tell everyone, hey, I can't do this anymore. I need a few months off. I had to cancel orders. I had to cancel my gym membership, which was devastating because I was in the gym like 5-6 days a week. I was running my own business. I mean, life was going really, really well. And then it just changed.
But that's the story of entrepreneurship, right? Like everybody just sees the icing on top of the cake,
literally,
right? They see all the glory, they see the beautiful videos, they see all that. They don't see all the hard work we put in, all the ups and downs, all the craziness that we have to go through to order to keep our business going, right?
Yeah. I mean, I was in a wheelchair for 2.5 months, and I had a sling that if anyone has dislocated their shoulder or anything, they know they have the big ball. I mean, I was still going out to events, but I was in a ball gown with a big sling. It was the best conversation starter I think I could have ever asked for. But I started in a different career path, and I actually started doing recruiting because it was completely work from home, work from my computer, and I didn't really need to walk around at the time. So I started doing that, and then with my white glove service of recruiting, we offer our desserts to all of our clients. And so that really jump-started my own baking business.
That's awesome.
With my recruiting as well. So,
and you found your niche in, I guess, branding everything, right?
Corporate clients. I go to these events and I see that, no offense, sometimes they don't have really good desserts, unfortunately. And I actually...
And now you're going to have gluten-free too. Yes,
that's an option.
Allergies are so important.
Yeah.
So, that is awesome. All right, so now let's do the wet ingredients because I know everybody's waiting for the rest of the recipe. Yeah. Okay, so what are we doing next?
So we do a cup of milk and half a cup of vegetable oil.
So I don't do milk, so we're using almond. So again, catering to allergies, really easy to lactose, very easy to adapt that recipe. You can use regular flour, you can use regular milk. This is just my allergy and my preferences. So 1 cup of milk.
Okay. All right. And I think this is half a cup. It should be a half a cup.
Half a cup vegetable oil.
It's a little bit.
Yeah, that's perfect. Look at you, man.
Eyes of a baker.
There you go. That's like me and material. I'm like, oh, that cabinet is 36 inches. And I'm like,
and you just know it.
How do you know? And they're like, I just know. So, all right. So what else we have?
2 teaspoons of vanilla.
Okay.
And then we need 2 eggs.
Oh, our oven is also ready. Perfect. All right. And I'm going to let you crack the
you got
eggs.
one, I got the other.
Okay. All right.
Do you know how to do it with one hand?
I think so. Let's see.
Okay.
Ready, set, go.
Oh.
Yeah, and we don't even have any pieces in there. Woohoo! Perfect. We did it.
Let's go.
All right. Yeah. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Woohoo!
That's so good.
It is.
Cool. And
All right.
And yeah, this was definitely a part I was not able to do back in January. So.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. I can't imagine.
Man, that was quite the injury. But I like to look at that injury as kind of a growing moment. Mm-hmm. I was able to really reevaluate my business while I was laying on my parents' couch, not able to walk.
Yep.
I saw a lot of things that were working in my business, but I also saw a lot of things that weren't necessarily working in my business. I wasn't really marketing myself that well. I was in the kitchen from 7 a.m. to 3 a.m. I'm sure all my bakers know how long the shifts are, but
yeah, that definitely takes a lot of time and effort, and really finding your niche with your client. That is really very important, because otherwise, you can do wedding cakes, right? Mm-hmm. Like, honestly, I find it probably one of the hardest things is to work with people that getting married, right? It's just, it's very emotional, right? When you're working. But the same thing is like when we're working with our client, it's very emotional because we're in their most private homes, spaces. You know, I was talking to a client, like, I'm like, look, you can choose a contractor, you can choose a designer, but you have to make sure that you are, that you're comfortable working with that person, because I need to be in their bathroom talking to them about very intimate things. Like I need to know how they use their bathroom. Well, not the toilet. I don't really care about that. But we did had a client that like, we had to talk about, you know, her morning constitutional because she has a very specific routine and she needed a space for her coffee mug and water and whatever it is. But like, these are the conversations we have with our clients because we are in their private spaces. So yeah, kitchens tend to be a little bit more sexy and fun and more comfortable talking about, but we don't do just kitchens. We do bathrooms, we do bars, we do other spaces, and we need to make sure that people are comfortable to talk to us about what is actually happening in that spaces, right? All right, so let me bring our cupcake thingamabob. And do you need a spoon?
Probably. Maybe something.
All right, there we go. Again, super easy. Look at that. Everything is ready to go.
Double layered.
Yes.
This is my first time in the kitchen, so I'm just as shocked.
Yes, I
love
love cooking. I love baking. So, you know, for me, I made sure that I made that very easy to operate, because I wanted a big island that I can just, you know, host, have people sit here in front of me while I'm baking, have enough space for a couple of people to work. A lot of time, my husband is my sous chef. He runs around, does all the cleaning. Sometimes he usually cleans before I actually need the stuff cleaned. So I'm like, where's the spoon? And it's already back. It's already back in the drawer, not even just one.
Wow. It's a unicorn.
Yes. So, but we have plenty of room for, you know, my husband, my daughter is home, so we're cooking together. Somebody's going to sit in the island, talk. When we're hosting, there's plenty of room to put the rest of the food on the other side of the bar. And actually, everybody stays out of my kitchen because everything is really organized nicely. We have the bar, which we're not going to show right now, but on the other side. So everybody's staying over there. And then all the food is on the other side. So really that aisle stays pretty, for the most part, organized, because a lot of times when we have kitchens that are not planned for entertaining, and I think one of the biggest things that a lot of my clients always complain about is that they like to host, that their friends and family always end up in the kitchen with them. So how do you create a kitchen? How do you create a space where they can be here but not interrupt you when you're trying to host? So as a baker, what is your favorite things and features that, I know you're still young, so you don't have your own place, but when you will have your dream kitchen, like what is some of the features that would you like to have or feel that it's important?
I absolutely love the idea of tucking away all appliances behind cabinets, behind drawers. The kitchen, as you can see here, the tiles are beautiful. You know, you want to showcase that. And if you have a toaster in front of it, no matter how beautiful the toaster is,
right?
I want to see the actual room. So definitely that's on there. Another one is one of those vacuums that like are attached into the counters.
Oh yeah, the toe kick. Yeah, the toe kick vacuum. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Don't have any pets, so that would just be go away.
Yeah, that definitely makes life and cleaning very, very easy. And we can do those as well. We have several companies that provide the toe kick vacuum, and you just vacuum
just
everything
it away.
Yeah, and just it.
No, that's definitely on there. Having a functional kitchen is so important, and honestly, having a functional space is important. If your bedroom isn't laid out the way you need it to be, then you're not going to get good sleep. If you don't get good sleep, well, we wouldn't be here making this video right now.
All right.
But yeah, I'm almost done here. This is probably,
perfect.
You know, longest part.
That looks delicious.
I know. I'm really excited to try this gluten-free recipe.
All right. Oh, wow. This is so good. That is absolutely delicious.
Almost there.
Yes. Perfect.
There you go.
All right, and let's get the oven ready for our cupcakes. So as you know, guys, I absolutely love my Monogram oven. It has so many amazing features in here. I can do regular bake, I can do convection. Convection is a European style of baking where the air is actually circulated through fans throughout the whole oven, which means that the heat is actually distributed automatically and evenly, so there's no burn areas and there's no heat concentrated, especially if you have gas and not electric. This has happened to be electric, so the heat here is a little bit more stable. A lot of times if you do have an oven, I do recommend to go gas on the top and electric on the bottom, again, because when you're baking, you want to have a very stable heat, and gas, it's natural, it comes and goes. So if you're a big baker, usually electric on the bottom is best for you. So let's see the options. So we can do convection, and then I can even ask, check whether I have multi-rack. So if I have several type of cookie sheets, it will bake everything correctly. It could be a regular bake. The other option here is also precision cooking. That kind of takes all the guessing game. So if you don't know how to bake, or you just starting, you're not sure, all you gotta do is ask for the baked goods. You're gonna decide what you want. So we'll go with cake because it's closer to cupcakes, I guess. As far as consistency, I only have one rack. We're gonna put it, and it will let me know that I need to put it in the middle. So it's already, and I love the middle rack because it actually comes out, it glides, so I don't have to worry about putting my hands and getting burned in the oven. So we are going to press next, and it's 350 what we need, and that's it. So now it's going to start preheating, and we'll be ready for our cupcakes in just a few minutes. The reason I love my kitchen as a baker and as a cook is the induction. So we have chocolate that we have to melt. No need for the microwave, no need for the bain-marie. Because the induction is very soft and slow, we can actually just leave it like that. And let's see what's happening. So we are going to transfer it over here, but you can see that the chocolate already started to melt. So I do start with a little bit on the higher end, just so the pot, it actually gets heated. The surface is not hot, but the pot will be hot in just a minute. You can feel that it's already hot on the bottom. And we are going to slowly reduce it.
Wow, that was quick.
And you'll see that, and if you need, let's say your chocolate is, you only need it for like another 5-6 minutes, you can actually leave it on the super low, and it will stay as melted chocolate and not burn. So that's it. It's ready to go. Nothing is burned.
Wow.
And it's beautifully melted. And again, if we do need to leave it melted here until we're actually ready to use it, we can leave it. It's not going to burn the chocolate. So
wow.
That's it. Tucked in appliances. I absolutely love it. And this is my mixed use station. So I have my KitchenAid here, so I don't have to move it. I just turn it sideways. It's ready to go. It's also where my toaster is. And also my NutriBullet, it just moves out when I'm ready. And then after that, it's also tucked in. But we need to use the microwave first. You ask where it is. That's where it is. So I love my sharp drawer. You can actually bake in here as well. It does a lot of things. So we're going to open it. We're going to put the butter in here. We're going to press the more menu. The first option is butter. We're going to touch 1 for 2 tablespoons. That should be enough. Little hit. And then it's a minute and a half, but we'll just go 10 seconds. So we'll give it, stop, open. And then you can test. Let me know if we need a little more.
Oh, it's perfect.
It's perfect? Yeah. All right. There you go.
That's the life hack for when you don't have room temperature butter.
There you go. Perfect. All right. So what are we going to do? So we're making American icing, right?
American buttercream.
Buttercream. Okay.
It's very easy, very standard. It's just 2 sticks of butter or a cup of butter, just like 2 or 3 cups of powdered sugar, And we're gonna be making a caramel buttercream, so we're gonna add some caramel in there as well.
All right, sounds delicious.
There we go. Cool. And we just gotta whip that a little bit.
Yeah.
Normally I do use the paddle attachment, but this one's really good just to get the butter all together. I'm just gonna squirt some caramel in here, so. I have no measurement. It's just until the color looks good and delicious. So probably, not that much. Measure with some love, it's okay. And then I'm gonna beat that for just a second longer. Just to get it mixed in. I'm also gonna add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract.
So what's your favorite flavor of cupcakes?
Recently it's been Biscoff, but I think with the summer weather coming in, I'm probably gonna say the strawberry shortcake.
Okay.
With like a whipped cream, buttercream, some fresh strawberries.
Yes, that sounds delicious.
It's always good. But the only problem with that one is you have to eat it soon. It's definitely not something you can leave out on the counter and kind of pick at for a few hours. They're usually gone within a few minutes anyway, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're gonna add the powdered sugar now. I'm gonna stop it. And try to get that in there. Okay, it's probably gonna explode a huge cloud of dust upwards, so we're gonna be careful.
Do you want the cover?
Just go slow. I know the secret to American buttercream, although it's really sweet all the time, the longer you beat it, the less sweet it's gonna be. So
That's a good trick.
I just forget about it. I start cleaning up my kitchen afterwards. I do all my other recipes and get my decorations ready, and I just let this go for like 10 minutes at least in the background.
Well, let's talk about your decoration
So, yeah.
meanwhile. Okay, so we let the cupcakes cool off and we decorated some of them. So let's finish it up. We have our beautiful,
This is our caramel
delicious
buttercream.
caramel buttercream. It also has this beautiful, beautiful color on it. We have our melted chocolate. Let's finish it off.
Cool.
All right.
So
So how do you decorate? This is where I mess it up. I just like all over the place. So,
okay, so I'll do one and then you'll do the other.
oh my goodness, she's trusting me. I don't know, like.
So there's really, you can't fail at this. It really is just,
She hasn't seen me
you
yet.
start in the middle and you just go around and you just do a little swirl.
Swirl. All right. Okay, people, you've seen it first. I don't know about that. Okay, so start in the
middle and you do a big dollop and then you just kind of go around and then you go up.
See, I told you that.
It's okay. Try one more time. It looks great. That's why you do the chocolate drizzle.
There we go.
So
right.
push a lot of icing.
Okay.
Okay, and now swirl it. Keep going.
Oh, you see, I'm gonna have somebody that needs to
That's okay.
swirl
There you go.
it.
There you go. That works. Hey.
Okay, that is not Picasso or Michelangelo, but it's cupcakes,
Beautiful.
and it's
Beautiful.
yeah.
So then normally I just grab like a spoon. I think
All
you
right.
said your
Yeah, right there. Perfect.
look at me go. Wow, we got a long spoon here.
There you go.
And
I'll just keep drinking and let the bakers do their thing.
I like to just kind of do a drizzle. Sometimes I use a piping bag, but spoons sometimes
Yeah, I
give
think
a cooler.
spoon with the drizzle is pretty simple.
Cool, yeah. So that was one.
All right, that I can do. Look, that I can do. Okay. I think so. I think we probably should have melted the chocolate. Okay, my drizzle is more like a Pollock. Do you know Pollock? Pollock is like, it's when you splash your art everywhere. That he's the guy that started all that.
Baking is an art. There's no wrong answers.
It is an art. It absolutely is an art. And as a mainly somebody that cooks, I'm always puzzled by bakers because you really is like a design. You have to be very, very precise with what you're doing. And when we're designing, we're very, very precise. And I think that's why I actually like cooking because cooking is not precise.
Yeah.
Cooking is, and that's where I kind of let myself go. I don't need to go by the inch. I don't need to go by the measurements. But baking, you 100% need to go by everything because otherwise things are not coming up.
Yeah, baking is definitely an art. I started baking a while ago when really my intro to baking started with baking into art. And I was really into using polymer clay. And so actually now what I've started doing is bringing around prop desserts that they look like the real thing, but these are made out of polymer clay. And that way I can keep these in my purse, and when someone wants to know what I do.
I'm looking and I'm like, this is a weird looking cookie.
It's not a real cookie.
You're gonna have to have like a close up.
Yeah,
it's
for the packaging.
Yeah, but that's a good one.
Yeah. So I offer different types of packaging. I do either a box with a bow like this, or it's just individually wrapped inside a little cellophane bag. Depends on your event, depends on what you're looking for.
And then that's, okay, so now we're getting to the fun stuff. So show me what is happening here.
So these are little edible sheet prints.
So this has my logo on it. It's a little small because we did mini. So
yeah,
it's AKG Design Studio.
But I pre-cut these out for you. And
so do you need to like peel them?
So most of these are already pre-peeled, unless yours isn't, but mine is. Okay. There you go. And then it is easy to peel. It's almost like a tattoo, like a little paper transfer tattoo. And then I say that and now I can't peel it, but.
But you do that for your clients.
Yeah, I pre-peel everything for you.
Yes. And then all you gotta do is just put them on top.
Yep.
Ta-da! You see, even that you did so much better than I am. And mine is like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, sometimes it does take a little bit more to stick. So what I do is I put a little circle on the back with some buttercream.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
And that way they stick. So yeah, it totally depends on what the client is looking for. If they want circles, if they want rectangles. So I did a little bit of both.
This is my disaster. You can see that. I even managed to put the thing on there, but it's okay. I'll eat it. All right, so tell us where people can find you. What's your Instagram, socials, email,
So everything is just on Everything's Baked. Instagram, Everything's Baked. TikTok. I don't think I have a LinkedIn for my baking account. I think I have my company on LinkedIn.
Okay.
But Facebook, Instagram, my website. So I'm doing sort of a rebrand. I'm changing up the color scheme, but my face is on there, so you can't miss it.
All right, perfect, fantastic. So if you are looking to have some branded, delicious cupcakes for your next company event or private event, whatever it is, make sure you call Sousanna. And if you loved our episodes and want to hear more content, make sure you subscribe and like. Don't forget to do that. We drop new episode every Wednesday at 4:30. So make sure you have your YouTube bell ringing to make sure you get that. And if you are interested in being a guest, just email me at info@AKG Design Studio. All the information is in the show notes. We will have the recipes. We will have Sousanna contact information. And of course, we'll have the recipe for our Mimosa Margarita Mimosa. There you go. Ooh.
This was an absolute pleasure to have me here. I enjoyed using your kitchen. This is beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I did want to ask, if you had to redo your kitchen, is there anything you would change and why?
That's a good question.
Or anything you would add even.
What would I add? No, I actually love my kitchen. Like the only thing is like my refrigerator was the compromise because my family really loved to have the water on the outside. And our refrigerator also makes those giant golf ball size ice. And my husband loves to drink whiskey. So I had to get that refrigerator. Otherwise, I probably might have gotten a little bit more fancier refrigerator. But otherwise, I really love the layout. I love everything that we have. And it really perfect. So last holiday, we had 14 people here. We hosted as much as 40 people for brunch here.
Wow.
We usually always host a huge Christmas party here. And we usually, again, have probably 30 to sometimes even 50 people. And it just works out perfectly. So, no, I'm actually very happy with my kitchen. So,
That's good.
Yeah. Thank you. That's a great question. Yeah. Because, as a designers, like we always, we design something and they're like, oh, I should have done this. Or, because we
There's so
have
many ideas, yeah.
right? With cupcakes, you just go and bake it. With kitchens, I'm like, I can't bake and never think. So,
That's true.
No, but I am truly, really, really love my kitchen. So that's a good question. Thank you. So, question of the day for you is, what is your favorite flavor of cupcake? And do you prefer to bake or cook? So put your comments below and let us know. So again, thank you so much for having us. Thank you, Sousanna.
Thank you.
And cheers.
Cheers.